with Access Arts Live. I'm here once again, second time today, to pose you a question. What do you prefer today? Would you rather hear the Bergen Phil harmonic, or would you rather hear the Czech Philharmonic? And they're both doing lovely programs at the same time. And I'm so happy to see so much live streaming going on a Thursday night. Of course, last week we had the Stockholm Phil, and that was great. 2 weeks ago. Anyway, your choice tonight is going to be between one of two soloists, Sarah Aristidou, who is singing with the Bergen Philharmonic, or Daniil Trifonov, who is going to be playing the piano with the Czech Philharmonic. Both concerts are going to include some Berlioz. So if you want to hear some Berlioz, no matter which one you choose, you're going to hear some. So let me tell you about both of these concerts. They're coming up in just a couple hours. It's almost 6 o'clock here in Europe now, and these concerts are at 7:30 European time. The Bergen Philharmonic starts their live stream at 7:25 European time, which will be 1:25 on the East Coast in the afternoon, and 10:25 in the morning on the West Coast. And they're going to be doing, it's free of charge. It's on their own website. They're going to be start out with Berlioz's Queen Mab scherzo from Romeo and Juliet. And then they will do Olav Berg's Bassoon Concerto, which is a world premiere. I'll tell you about that in a moment, a little bit more. And then they will do Karl Orff's magnificent Carmina Burana, which they'll be performing with an enormous choir. There are a list of, I could read you the list. It's 6 or 7 local choirs that they're all bringing together, but it won't tell you much unless you're Norwegian. And the conductor is Aziz Shokakimov, who's the conductor at the Strasbourg Philharmonic. But since he is going to be directing something that is so choral, it's good that he also, he's done some conducting at other orchestras around Europe, but also with the Bavarian States Opera and with the Opéra National de Paris. And the soloist for the Carmina Burana is Sarah Aristidou. And to give you an idea, she's an accomplished soprano. Already in the month of September, she did an appearance at the Lucerne Festival. She participated she did a recital at Wigmore Hall called A Prelude to Arnold Schoenberg's 150th birthday. Everybody was doing Schoenberg the first week of September. Then she did an appearance at the Konzerthaus Berlin under conductor Joanna Malwitz, and I think we were telling you about her last week. She's the first woman to conduct a major Berlin orchestra, which included Mahler's Symphony No. 4 and a piece by Nono called Como una ola de fuerza y luz. And I'll leave it to you to figure out what that means in Spanish. She's relatively young. She was still winning things like Newcomer Awards in 2023, but she's definitely worth a listen to. Now, the Bassoon Concerto was composed by a guy who's known as one of Norway's most distinguished composers. Do I have a picture of Olav Berg here, or did I unload it? I will try uploading it, but I'll keep talking to you while I'm trying to upload it. Olav Berg is one of the most revered, distinguished composers in Norway, and he composes mostly for wind instruments. They say it's because he played the trumpet when he was in the Navy, but I think, there's Olav right there. I think it could be the opposite. It could be that he's always had a love for wind instruments, and that's why he played the trumpet when he was in the Navy. Anyway, so he's written scads of concertos for different wind instruments and all of that. Comes from a little village called Kveldo, way up in Norway. Born in 1949, so he's about 75 years old, and it kind of looks like this grand old man. You might have heard a composition they did for orchestra called Poseidon, composed in 1982, or his viola concerto, which was composed in 2015. This you can get free of charge, and it sounds great to me. However, the Czech Philharmonic is playing Dvorak. I mean, the greatest Czech composer. So that I would call that competition. And it's with Daniil Trifonov as the soloist on Dvorak's Piano Concerto in G minor, Opus 33, that you don't hear performed all that much. And then the Berlioz and their program will be in the second half of the concert, the Symphonie Fantastique, Opus 14, which if you haven't heard before is certainly worth hearing. Now, Trifonov has been hailed by the Times of London as, quote, without question, the most astounding pianist of our age. We told you about him already back in August when he was touring, because he had a couple dates that were live streamed, a recital in Australia on the Australian Digital Concert Hall.com, and then also a concert, a concerto, which he played with the New Zealand Symphony Orchestra, which was also live streamed. And he just released a new album called My American Story. It's got a Gershwin concerto in it. It's got video game music, some jazz standards, some Hollywood soundtracks. So, you know, he's pushing the edge of the envelope. And he is the man who in 2016 won the International Public Vote for Gramophone's Artist of the Year Award. He's also a composer. He's got a piano concerto out there and also a piano quintet, which premiered at the Verbier Festival in 2018. So, you know, those are your choices. You can hear Olav Berg, this esteemed Norwegian composer, played by the Bergen Phil, or you can hear Dvorak's piano concerto played by who better than the Czech Philharmonic? I should mention the principal bassoonist in the Norwegian Philharmonic, Dag Jensen, who also has an international reputation. He will be playing the bassoon in the Bassoon Concerto. So we're up to 7 minutes, folks. We will give you the links and the precise times, and I think we're also going to give you the concert programs in the description, going with the video. I encourage you to show up or blow up for one or the other. There's one other thing I forgot to tell you. Okay. Resuming with the Czech Philharmonic, that's at 7:30 p.m. European time, 1:30 p.m. on the East Coast, 10:30 in the morning on the West Coast. So 5 minutes after the Bergen Phil begins, and it will cost you €9.90 or $11 because it's a Stage Plus broadcast, and they charge you money for it. However, if you do subscribe for that 1 week, you'll get a second concert, because next Tuesday, Stage Plus has another live stream concert going on. I hope you're glad to hear about these two things. I'm glad to have two such high quality concerts live streaming on the same evening, and which oblige you to actually choose. We encourage you to subscribe to us on YouTube, especially. We're trying to build up our YouTube subscriber list, so maybe one day we can be monetized, and repost this and send it to your friends if you know anybody that's interested in Scandinavian music or in Dvorak or just in high quality orchestral works, one of which you can hear free of charge. Ciao for now. We'll be back tomorrow at our usual weekend update, 6 in the evening, European time, noon on the East Coast, 9 on the West Coast.